What's up, y'all? This is how I made $0 day trading in Q and ES today. I decided not to take any trade, which is how price is moving. A trade formed. I didn't decide to take it just with this 4-hour bearish gap. I kind of knew that we were going to want to move to EQ before moving lower. So let's just get right into what I was looking at today, guys. So here we are. This video should be fucking insanely perfect. We got 60 FPS going. We got 4K. Everything should be crispy and awesome. We got the ring light. We got our amazing microphone. So I do believe that we will have a very great video today. So alrighty, the first thing that I've seen, there's a lot on my screen here. We have this new day opening gap, all right, and then we also have EQ of this move that we have now came and tapped into, and I was expecting this to happen a little bit sooner, and then we were going to dump and take out some of these lows to then move higher. I figured just with how bearish we are after moving to EQ, we were either going to continue lower or we're going to move to all-time high, so that was kind of my bias today. At first, my bias was longs, just with tapping into this gap, taking out some of this higher time frame liquidity. So yeah, as you can see, the 9 a.m. candle came down, took out London lows, and tapped into the gap, and then we continue to move higher. Okay, so that was really the first thing. Took out some high time frame liquidity. EQ of this move is right here with highs resting above it. We put in a SMT, bearish SMT, which really made me think we were going to come up, see some internal manipulation between the indexes, and then we were going to see a dump, a sell-off back down just to take out some sell-side liquidity to move higher. Now, my original bias was correct. When I first got on here, I wanted to see longs. I wanted a long to EQ into this gap, and that's kind of exactly what we've seen. I didn't take anything today, but we can see after taking out this liquidity, we moved perfectly to EQ, and now we have this gap that we're rejecting off of an NQ. It would have been better to take the trade on the S&P just because we do put in a bullish SMT, so this was the leading index. But I was honestly looking for shorts. I wanted to see EQ get taken out, and then we're gonna move lower. But we just had way more buy side liquidity. It just with this huge 4-hour bullet bearish gap, and then we were already kind of in extremely bearish market conditions on the higher time frame. I just really assumed that we would move to EQ and then see some sell off again, but that is not what happened. The trade that formed was, I'll show you guys right here. So after we take out these lows right here, S&P is a leading index. We are already tapped into this gap. The opening gap was also pretty huge on the S&P. On NASDAQ, we tap into the gap and then we take out liquidity to continue moving higher. We just had a lot of bearish confluences, and I just wasn't too comfortable wanting to take a trade. So now let's pull up this handy dandy little tool right here, and we have London highs right here. We have this stacked up liquidity right here. We have EQ, and that's what I would have been targeting, okay? Just because I have EQ marked out on here, the better trade would have been on the S&P since it was the bullish, more leading index, but I already have it marked out on here, so I'm just going to show you guys on here. So this is the trade that you guys, that would have been ideal. Now, it was it was before macro, and I knew with Powell speaking today, probably wouldn't be too crazy. We just had a bunch of tariff news. We just, all the stuff that's going down. Government shutdown as well. Bank holiday yesterday. That's why I'm going to be extremely patient this week. Just the trade that formed was good in my opinion. So after we come down here, tap into the gap, we come down here, we sweep out previous London high time frame liquidity, and then we see a break of structure to the upside. Okay, so we start forming these up candles, and then we start closing above them, breaking structure to the upside. We have this recent one right here. We break structure to the upside on the 5-minute at this candle being closed above. So what could have been the trade here? Okay, after we sweep high time frame liquidity, okay, we have this candle, all right, and then we immediately close. We start generating bullish order flow on the 1-minute, all right. So then once we start doing this, right, we close above this candle. Okay, this candle is a little iffy because technically we don't close above the high of this, but then this one we do, okay? And then this would have been honestly like a clean break of structure candle, or honestly, if you wanted to wait for a pullback into this zone, I think this would have been really the only trade that you could have taken. But this would have been an extremely good trade, okay? So stops at the wick on this up candle, and then what was the entry here? Okay, we have this 1 minute break. All right, 1 minute break of structure to the upside. We have this. We tap into it, and then you want to see displacement out of it. All right, and then we have right here a tap back into it, and that would have been my entry, targeting the resting buy side liquidity above. Okay, and now that would have been insane trade. Okay, and just with all with this huge. So here's the thing, all right? We have the super liquid price area right here where we just pump down to take liquidity, and I'm wondering, I wasn't sure if price would just sweep right back, price would just displace right back through it, or we were going to see fill these gaps, continue moving lower, and we were going to kind of range like Friday or Thursday or even Monday. I looked at the charts a little bit on Friday. We were bouncing between two gaps. Now, let alone this is a 1 to 6 RR trade. This one would have been like pretty crazy to catch. It was right at macro opening, or even like you could have waited until a clean break of structure right here, stops at the lows, and that's still a pretty good one. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this right quick. I gotta piss so bad. Alrighty, I have returned. But this was really the only move that really occurred today. You definitely could have, though. You could have targeted the gap, honestly, but it's just. With after coming down and then making this super liquid price action, making this a super liquid range, I just wanted to be sure. So that's kind of why because I really try to catch big moves. I'm more of a SMC kind of trader, so I was wanting to see EQ, maybe tap into this gap, and then we pump back down to the downside. But with all this resting buy side liquidity, longs was like the super obvious play today. It was just like the entry was just this was the only entry right at macro, and I just like I said, I'm being super risk off. And then we even have, like, you could consider this as well, like just things that I just missed somehow. We have this down, this bearish 1 minute gap completely gets ran through. And even that could have been your entry as well. This was a super good trade. This was, I think, honestly the only trade to back up to EQ. That would have been perfect. Yeah, this was the move. I could have passed my funded with this one, with probably 10. Yeah, this was a 900 tick move. Yeah, I could have. Wow. Yeah, I could have passed my funded with like 5 cons, or no, 10 cons, and we don't even. Yeah. And I wouldn't have lost. I could have lost 900 and literally made four. Okay, it's all good though. I'm glad that because I was trying to short. Like at first I was longs, and I was like, okay, we're gonna hit this where the bearish SMT gets put in. We're gonna want to dump back down to take out these lows. But no, clearly after we have that this liquidity sweep right here, I know that it's pretty much over. But fuck yeah, guys. All right, I don't want to take all of this off my screen, but most of it is going to need to come off the screen. Take out some of these that have already been tapped. This can come out. EQ's now been tapped. This high has been taken out. Yeah. So that's really what I seen today. I didn't. That was the big move. I honestly think though that if I don't know if I wasn't just paying good enough attention or what it was, but I also was just being super risk off, and after like I don't know, I just the higher time frame is just super bullish, or not super bullish, but super bearish. And we have this move here. We came and we tapped this daily bearish gap, and then we're moving lower. So I really just thought we'd continue dumping and maybe take out these lows to then move higher. But also I think that we'll probably see that dump tomorrow, because the market does have to move higher to move lower. And now we are on both indexes are rejecting off this gap. I believe now that no SMT, they're both above. Let me see. No, technically there still is. Yep. Technically, SMT is still in place. Crazy. All right, but guys, I am off here. This has been Keeb. I love y'all boys. A good 10-minute video for y'all today. Live day trading, making jack shit. And hey, the video is actually gonna be really good today. So praise the Lord. I know y'all. Yeah, I know every day I have comments like, "Bro, the auto got fucked up. Bro, this got fucked up. Bro, that got fucked up." I'm just glad I was able to fix the shit, and yeah, and I'm glad that I didn't lose any money today. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to trade everyone. I'm going to be making hold up, let me switch this over really fast. I'm going to be making, okay, listen up, fellas. I'm going to be making a trading Discord, okay? I'm not sure what to call it yet. Drop comments below, okay? I don't know what to call it yet, but I'm making a trading Discord of like-minded individuals. We can all come together, help each other out. I can be there when you guys need questions answered. I can help you guys out. I really just want to make a community of people. We can come together. We can all help each other out. You know, we can stay disciplined. Make sure each other are staying disciplined. Make sure that we're hitting our goals, our personal goals, and everyone else is hitting their goals. Something that I really wanted to do for a long time. So. If you have good names, drop them in the comments. I was thinking, like, the first, I have it a little rough draft out, and I just titled it Enlightened Minds. But we can always change that. We can always work on that. I really don't want to, like, call you guys on my community or whatever, because genuinely I am, I'm a helper. I am a motivator. I am a pusher of the future generation, and I want to see everybody do good collectively together. So, heck yeah. I love you guys. You guys have a great rest of your night. I hope you enjoyed the video. Love. Let me know. Trading Discord going to be in the bio soon.